All right. It's good to see you again, Bernadette.
Likewise.
Okay. How have things been going at your job?
Oh, things are well at the job.
Oh, okay.
I'm on vacation now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they haven't really approved.
It's bliss.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, but it's working. Things are going.
Okay. So what brought you in here today?
I have drama in the home today.
Okay.
I have teenager woes.
All right. Would you like to share more about that?
I have a daughter. She's home after her freshman year of college. And I don't even know who she is anymore. That's the long and short of it. She has just changed in so many ways. Her year of living independently in Texas, away from the house rules and adult supervision and things like that. And to the extent, she got back home. She's been home now we've got 5 weeks left, so she's been home for 9. And it has just been one thing after another, day after day after week.
Like what sort of things?
Disrespect, just disrespecting the rules, inconsiderate, disobedient. And I know that she's a young adult, but still, there's some things that just never change in my book. But she will lie to me, to my face, about everything. Small things, big things, and everything. And I'm just tired, and I'm at my wit's end. I'm very close to, I'm running out of options, I feel. I crafted a roommate agreement, and that worked for probably the first month. She read it, she signed off on it, she agreed to probably about a dozen house rules, if you will. And she did well for about a month. And then it just fell apart in terms of she's not keeping up the house. She's not keeping there's just no respect here. And that coupled with the lies, it's just been a really long summer. It's just been hurtful. It's just been the two of us forever. And I just thought that I'm just looking for some appreciation too, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of that. Her father, who has been voluntarily absent from her life, her whole entire life, is on the scene. And I feel like he, coupled with this newfound independence of hers, is just wreaking havoc. I'm kind of just waiting for her to go back in 5 more weeks, if I could be honest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So if I understand, then you're saying just that your daughter has returned and you guys are having some interpersonal issues.
Yes.
In your home.
Yeah, and I would say that it is the both of us. I would say it's, I don't think she wants to even be here. I'm pretty sure that after this summer she will not be returning for such a long summer break after this. But it's both ways. It's definitely both ways.
Okay. So you're both feeling a bit of a kind of knocking of horns, if you will.
Yes.
Then you feel like that as a young adult, you somewhat expect her to be that way, but still it's not easy for you because you feel like she's disrespecting your home. Okay. Wow. Okay. So have you spoken with her?
Yeah, we speak quite often.
Okay. And what kind of things does she say back to you? I mean, when you say, I'm feeling disrespected from you, what is her response?
Know why. She doesn't seem to have any answers. She'll start to get sad or start crying. She just doesn't know anything. I'll ask her, well, why are you doing this? She's either silent or she doesn't know.
So you said she says, I don't know?
She'll literally say, I don't know.
Okay. And you accept that?
No, but, I cannot make her talk.
Sure, okay.
And I certainly can't make her speak the truth to me. So sometimes
So what makes you think she isn't telling you the truth when she says she doesn't know? I mean, she is still somewhat young in the sense. Yeah. I mean, maybe a little bit immature, perhaps. So what makes you think that she really doesn't know?
I will ask her a direct question about what she did, and she can't even answer an action that she did. You know, so it's not even what are your thoughts on so and so, and she doesn't know what the thoughts are. It's are you going to do or something? I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
But and she'll just say I don't know, and it's not an I don't know question. It's yeah, you do know. And
like so you ask her like maybe something like after work, are you going to go by McDonald's to get something to eat? And then she'll say, well, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's more than it's like, but sure you do. And then I'll find out that, she did know. Or I'm like, you can't even talk to me about basic stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. It's gotten that bad.
And how do you find out?
Oh, I'm a black mom and I find these things out.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
All right, well, okay.
I have my ways.
Okay. So do you think that she might feel, kind of disrespected by the way that you find out things?
I don't know that she knows. And I don't know that she cares anymore about what I do. She's just buying her time here. And if she could leave today or tomorrow or yesterday, she would have been gone.
Okay.
So she's just...
And where would she go?
She would head back to Texas.
Oh, she would just go back to
Texas. If she could have figured out some way to even stay in Texas this summer, if she didn't procrastinate, she would have stayed, like for spring break. I wasn't her first or second, backup plan. I was like plan Z. Spring break started Thursday. She contacted me on Sundays and too late to come home. Mind you, I had told her about a month prior, if you're coming home, please let me know in terms of ticket costs and things. And so her $200 ticket turned into $400 because I did let her come home at the last minute, but it was because everything else fell through. And Mom is always there, so I'll continue to use her. I'm just getting tired. I'm just getting tired of feeling used. I'm getting tired of the money that I have poured out, the sacrifices, the love, just everything. And it just seems to be pooped on.
Oh.
And so,
well, let's just think about, I guess, the totality of your kind of relationship with her.
Yeah.
What has given you the most satisfaction in parenting? I mean, what are some good things that you have, over the years?
Up until she left. I mean, because she was great up until she left. And I get that, like I said, she's got this sense of independence now. But I didn't think that it would go so far in the wrong direction, like using her powers for evil instead of good. But she turned out well. I mean, she finished school well. She was, a good kid academically and socially and behaviorally and just all of these things. I mean, and she is like one of my greatest, accomplishments. And that's why I think this hurts me so bad too, because I know that this isn't her. I get that she is trying to feel her way, but the choices that she's making, and I know being 30 years older than she, that they're not going to end up well. And it just hurts me to my heart that I can't seem to reach her. But yeah, it's like up until she left, I had no sense that she was lying to me, that she was doing things behind my back. She could have been, but things were good then because she was up under my roof and I could see her every day. So yeah, I mean, everything. She was a really good kid growing up. I mean, she had her stages of rebellion, but nothing like this.
And so you said that she was a really good kid under your roof, so you just think that just being out from under your roof is what's like the impetus for the issue, or you just think, okay,
the independence and the and her and Ilium being introduced, Ilium popping back up in her life because his counsel has not been wise for her, and he's just wreaking havoc. He's confusing her, I think, about a lot of things. So it's just causing her to really act out. Like I think she needs counseling.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different issue, but
yes.
Okay. Okay. So you think just all of a sudden she gets away from home and then she just changes into a different person? You don't think that
it was probably bubbling up inside of her from like 10th, 11th, 12th grade that she's like, I gotta stay here. I gotta keep the peace because I know how my mom is. So
And how are you?
I like things the way I like them. You know, she
Okay.
calls me OCD. She'll tell me all
Okay.
the time, Mom, your OCD is showing, which I just laugh off because I don't think I'm OCD. I just think I have a routine for everything.
Mm.
And I like that.
Okay.
I live alone now. I'm an empty nester. I live alone now. And it works for me. I wake up at a certain time. I do A, B, and C. I like my house neat. I like my life organized. I like my papers in a certain way. It bothers me when my house isn't clean, when my bathroom's not done, and like I clean a little bit every day, for example.
Okay.
So I'm not cleaning 8 hours on a Saturday. I'll do 20 minutes or so every evening when I come home from work. I know the things that I'm in control of, and I take care of that. And then I know the things that I'm not in control of, and I really try to let those go. But I don't even think I'm being controlling when it comes to Savannah. I think that I'm parenting when it comes to Savannah because I know that the choices that she's making are not going to end well.
Mm-hmm.
Like my main goal for her is for her to finish school in 4 years because it took me 11.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, it's like, you know what, she could just be a wrecking ball. But I really want her to get in, get out, get her degree.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you think that's Savannah's goal for Savannah?
I don't know anymore. I don't think that Savannah is thinking futuristically at all. I just think that she's living in the here and now.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that.
Mm-hmm.
I see that, and she's very different. She's quite my opposite in that I think she just takes life by the seat of her pants.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't plan anything. I don't know if that's 18-year-old Savannah or if that's just Savannah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
But she does not plan much of anything. She might plan her day, but she doesn't even plan her week, certainly not her month, and she's not planning her future. And I don't know that I was at 18 either. I don't know when I got to be like I am today, but it just really worries me. It concerns me. I don't know if I even asked you a question or if I went off on a tangent.
No, it's fine. I mean, because I'm just trying to get a sense of, what you feel like the issues are. And, because I think, I hear what you're saying, the disrespect and how
lies.
And lies. Okay. And, how she's not.
I mean, like, she'll tell you your shirt is green.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, the shirt is green. You don't see it?
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Just everything.
Yeah.
I didn't raise her like that, and she knows better. I'm just like, why are you lying to me so much?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she's lying to herself like that, too.
Yeah. Well, as you say, maybe she just needs her own counseling to work through her own issues. But, all right. So what do you value in life? Just answer that question.
What do I value in life?
Yes.
Value.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I should say, but I don't.
Well, there's any should.
No,
what do you?
So, like what I have accomplished. You know what I mean? It's like up until this year, and not so bad. It's like it's not so bad. She's not strung out on drugs in a crack house somewhere, but
because she's here,
right? But I value what I have, the life that I have built.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Based on it's like my faith, my inner family, not my collective family. I value
inner
that.
family meaning just you and her.
Like the two of us and like other members of the family, but like I don't trust my entire family, my extended family, so I don't value that.
Mm-hmm.
That's gone. That died some time ago. So I value certain members of the family, and I certainly value my mother-daughter relationship with her.
Okay.
I really value. I've got some really good friends, and I really value those friendships. And I just value the hard work that I have put in to getting where I am now. Like I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in a pretty content place. Like if Savannah were doing well, like my life, if there were no Savannah, my life is like probably 90% just happy, I'm trying to work the job piece, the career piece.
Sure.
But with Savannah, she worries me. So now that 90% happiness is probably at about 50% because I can't help but always be thinking about her.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I value what God's given me. It's like just everything. It's like from my health, which I don't take for granted, to, like I said, family members, to the home and the life that I've built.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you value relationships.
Yeah.
And relationships, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you're saying you're valuing relationships, like because you're your friends and some of your family members.
Yeah.
And the accomplishments that you've.
Yeah, I mean, through Christ. Yeah, I don't say that I did that by myself or on my own.
Sure. Okay,
Yeah.
but still accomplishments that you've made. Okay, so you've mentioned your faith in Christ. Well, what do you think that God is saying in this situation with the Savannah? I mean, what's going on with you two?
And that's funny you should say that, because every day, especially when we're having a bad day, particularly bad day, he reminds me, Bernadette. And he doesn't speak it like, James Earl Jones or anything, but it just pops into my head continuously, almost every day, if not every day. It probably is every day, sometimes more than once a day.
Gotcha.
Because I wrote it to my friends the other day that he still loves me, no matter how wayward I was, no matter how wayward I am, and no matter how wayward I will be.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I love Savannah, no matter what she's doing. My love is not predicated on her behavior. I want what's best for her, and I'm trying to continue to steer her in the right direction, regardless if she is, playing the tug of war with me or not. And that's what it just reminds me of. And that's how I am able to be as patient as I am with her, because I realize that God has done the same with me. Well, with all his kids for that matter, but with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it just helps me to not really go off. Even so, sometimes Savannah will think that I have gone off, but not as bad as I want to or I can, because God reins me back. It's like, you know. And I was a somewhat rebellious teenager, not to this extent, because I was always under my parents' thumb, and I never had this kind of freedom. But I was doing.
But you went off to school as well, so you had freedom when you went off to school.
Yeah, but still,
I mean, you might not have done it in the same
fear of my parents,
okay.
And and there wasn't the like I was raised in a 2-parent household, for example, so I didn't have any of the drama that she's going through with the re-entrance of her male parent. And just things like that. I mean, I lied to my mom, and I was places I shouldn't have been, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. But at the end of it, I just felt, I don't know, it just feels like it's different. And of course, it's the shoe's on the other foot now. I'm the parent, not the child.
Okay. I was going to mention something of that nature, but...
it's a doozy. And you have to add 30 years to that, and technology,
sure,
and
yes,
time,
yes.
and
it's a bit different.
And some things are so permanent now.
Sure.
And
okay.
And it's different and much worse. I feel.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm scared for her sometimes.
Right. Well, I'm looking at it because you just said that, you had your rebellious stage, or, you went through some things that, perhaps your mom looked at and thought, oh, I can see this not ending well, so.
And it didn't end well.
Okay. It didn't end well, you say. Yet, what you value in your life is your accomplishment. So you have accomplished some things and some good things. I mean, they might not have come in the way that the person who, went from high school to college, to a job and stayed in that job for 20 some years. And now they're thinking about, 10 more years of retirement, they can retire. However, you do have accomplishments.
Yes,
I do. I mean, and
I don't want her to have to walk that path. I really don't.
I understand.
And I get that she may have to walk some of it. She has to walk her own path to get her own story. I get that. But some of these decisions are going to derail her. And no loving parent wants that for their child.
Right. I understand. I mean, I guess, because I think what we need to focus on is you. you know, and just, I mean, what you were saying before about the control. I mean, because there are things that you can control and that you cannot control. Do you need a tissue? Okay, that you can control and you cannot control. Because earlier on I asked you, do you think that the goals that you have for Savannah are the goals that Savannah has for herself?
Right.
You know, and
I don't know.
Right, I don't know.
I know she enjoys being in college. I know she lives for college and her friends and her experiences down there. But I don't know.
So in that way, she's like you. She values her relationships.
But I don't know that she realizes how important it is to finish in a certain time and to finish well, because that will dictate, you know, the first job and the future beyond and things like that. I don't know if those things are crossing her mind. Right now, she's just living day to day. And
but is it important that she finishes in a certain time?
I feel it is, but yes, she may not.
Yes, and you feel it is because
of the experiences I had.
Right, you were derailed for 11 years, you said, or it took you 11 years to finish.
An additional, so it actually took me 11 plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so...
yeah, because I should have graduated in 1990, and I graduated in 2001. So it was 4 original years plus 11 wilderness years, if you will.
Okay.
I don't want that for her.
Right. Understandably, you don't want that for her. But, I mean, you mentioned faith. And, I mean, what if that's part of the path for her?
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine. I mean, I have a young child, a very young child, myself. So he's not at the point. I mean, he's definitely still in my house, and there's nowhere he can go, despite his saying he wants to run away. But, I mean, if that is the path, and you're bent on her finishing in 4 years because you didn't, and that was a lack in your life that you felt was a bad thing, I don't know. If it's not, if it's for her to finish in 5 or 6 years, or her to finish in 8 years, you know, it might be that whatever is next for her is only going to come in 8 years. So even if she finishes in 4 years, let's just say
she still has a wilderness experience.
She might still have a wilderness experience.
Graduate.
Right. She will have graduated, but you know, but she might still have. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Of course, none of us knows. But I mean, so looking at your story and what you can control, because I mean, you really can't control what she's doing when she's down there.
Heck, I can't control what she's doing when she's up here anymore.
Good point. You see. So you see? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, and I cannot suggest to you that you just let it go, because, I mean, you are a parent. And I mean, all these years, you said before, it was just the two of you guys, you know, because her father was largely absent by his own choice. So it's just been the two of you guys. So, I mean, there's a certain level of, you know, relationship that was there, just being the two of you guys, and both the same sex, you know, so there's some things there, I would imagine. So, but let's talk about what can you control? I mean, what kind of things have you put in place? Because you said that you value relationships, you value the life that you've built, you know, and you were satisfied in parenting when, in essence, when she was doing what you wanted her to do.
Right.
But now that she's not, you're not so satisfied in parenting anymore.
I'm just sad for her, you know?
Yeah, okay.
It's not even that I'm trying to manipulate things. It's just, I'm just praying now because it's completely out of my hands. And I'm trying to find peace in some of the other things that I do.
Okay. And
that's kind of working. It's kind of working.
Like, what other things are you doing? I mean, what's been
this whole career search.
Okay.
And I've taken up exercising again. So I'm exercising 1 to 2 to 3 times a day, and that might seem excessive, but that's my thing. That's my release.
Okay.
You know, I'm organizing my life. I have pen pals and, you know, just things like that. I hang out with my friends. The moment she leaves to go back to school, I will, you know, be traveling and doing things like that again. She and I have kind of determined, because I was at her school so much freshman year, that I will not be down there at all first semester sophomore year.
Okay.
And I think that will be good. I'm trying to rebuild my wealth and just kind of focus on burn and not be so fixated with Savannah anymore.
Okay. And do you see that helping you? I mean, what do you think that's going to do to be focused on Burn and not fixated on Savannah?
Just help me to stop trying to control what she does, because I have no say. Okay. I have no say. Because all I can do is just pray. She doesn't take my advice when I give it. She rarely asks for it, but when she does, she still doesn't take it. Or she'll ask my opinion on things. And I want to ask her, why are you asking? Because it doesn't matter. But I don't.
But why do you think it doesn't matter?
Because she doesn't listen to anything I say, so...
No, she doesn't obey what you said. Doesn't mean that she's not listening. I think there's, Okay. I mean, I could just say from my own experience as a wife that sometimes my husband will ask me, what do I think about this? What's your opinion? And I give him something that I think is very, wise. And then he goes and does something completely different. And I've sometimes felt like this. It's like, don't ask me if you're not going to do it. But, I mean, I think for him, I don't know with your daughter, but I think for my husband, it's just a matter of collecting all opinions so that he can make a decision. Yeah, I guess you can call it an informed decision or, whatever. So just because the person hasn't taken it doesn't mean that they're not listening. It just means they've decided to do something else. I mean, it's an opinion. I mean, your opinion is just an opinion. It's not, like written on stone from the Ten Commandments. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not coming from on high, as it were. So maybe if you can think about that and just, take it for what it is, in the sense of, okay, if she asks you, you can give her the wisdom that you have.
Right.
I mean, we all make choices in life. I mean, you've even said you made your own choices, I'm sure during that time, your mother, father, whoever, friends, your social network was telling you things and you just thought, nah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just going to do X, So yeah, that's something to think about. Okay. Okay. Well, since our time is winding down, I want to kind of think of, or have you say maybe some things, because you said that you're trying to get your life back, in a sense. Not so much back, because it's not that it was ever gone away, but that you
refocus on things.
Right, refocus on yourself. So you are now, you've always spent time with your friends though, but you've got some extracurriculars in the sense of you have some pen pals that you're writing, which presumably will turn into some relationships, I guess.
And travel.
And exercise. So what do you see as the end of that?
I've always enjoyed my own company. I've never been one that has been like, I need someone to complete me. But continue to be content where I am.
Okay.
Because now it's just like I said, like, if it's just me, it's like I'm at 90-10. But if you factor Savannah in, it's probably 50-50. Well, I need to work on that 50%. I need to stop worrying so more about her or putting my happiness on her.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working for. I'm working on that number. So that number is 90% or 100% burn. And then even when I factor Savannah in, it's like, you know what? My life is happy or my life is content regardless. If my child is acting up or if my child is, back on track.
Okay. So then
that's the end goal. And I think too that she's going to start being gone for longer periods.
Okay.
And being okay with that. Because I wonder if I'm okay, like last semester, was I okay in the 6 weeks that she was gone because I knew that she'd be back for 3 weeks? And I was just really just holding on to getting to the 3 weeks?
Oh, I see.
Or was I really content during the 6 weeks?
Gotcha.
So I need to work on longer period because she'll be back for Christmas, I'm sure. I doubt she'll be back for spring break, sophomore year. Okay. And I do not think we're trying to put things in place that she will not be back next summer. Mm-hmm. And I need and want to be content with that.
Okay.
That's the end goal. That's what that looks like. That I see her, when I see her, our relationship strengthens. she can stop lying to me. But those are things I can't control. But,
Right.
So me being content with or without, with
Okay.
and without.
Okay. So you mentioned a long, long time ago that the way that you know is because there are certain things that you do to find out.
Yes.
So will you stop doing those things so that you don't know? Or?
Yeah, I'm starting. I wouldn't even say it's a conviction. It's just stop, just because it's not helping.
Mm-hmm.
It's not helping. Yeah.
So is it a stop just because you're learning to trust, or just a stop because you can't deal with it anymore?
I can't deal with it. I'm not trusting at all. She hasn't shown me that she's trustworthy. So it's not a matter of trust.
Not so much trust in her, but just trust that, your faith or God.
Oh.
Well, I mean, because if you're not following up after her, trying to figure out if she's lying or if she's being truthful or what she's doing when she's not telling you the stuff that she's doing. I mean, do you trust that path that is hers, that she'll be on that path, whether it's what you would have wanted for her or not? Or you're just like, I gotta wash my hands of this because I can't.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. So I'm letting it go because it's just too exhausting to try to,
Gotcha.
I assume that everything she tells me is a lie.
Oh.
And I have to let that go too.
Right.
I will continue to assume that until I start to see her change, but I have to stop letting it bother me. Like right now, I don't even ask her questions.
Mm.
I refrain from asking her certain questions because I just don't want her to lie to me.
Mm.
So that's how I'm starting to repair that.
Wow. I can see we're going to need some more.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's just, it hasn't broken me. It's just, it's saddened me.
Sure.
I'm sad and I'm disappointed.
Right.
But even that is dwindling. I'm getting better. It's like, you know what? She's going to have to just realize this. And that's where I'm really starting to feel like I might be growing, even in this 14-week summer that we had, because she's going to have to, it doesn't matter if I talk her until I leave her in August.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to do what she's going to do. She's starting to see stuff. She's starting to see what I'm saying is coming to pass.
Okay.
And it's not even an I told you so moment. It's let it go burn and let her lead her life and live her life. Because she's going to see. And she may never come back and say, Mom, you were right. She may never come back and apologize.
Mm.
She may never come back and acknowledge it in any way, shape, or form. But it's happening. I can see it. And it's going to be the wake-up call that she needs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll be here if she needs me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's it. So,
all right. Well, thank you for your time today. I think we should set some goals for next time.
Okay.
Maybe our goal could just be, we'll just discuss it again and see how far along you are. Okay. I mean, why don't we set an appointment for, let's say a week after she's gone? Because then we can see, because you said it's 5 weeks until...
We got 5 weeks until she leaves. 5 weeks from today is her last day in town. And then I will have spent a week with her on and off in Texas, in her territory. Okay. She's much better when she's on her turf.
Okay.
So it's 6 weeks, 5 weeks until she leaves, a week that I'm down there. And by the time I leave her 6 weeks from today,
mm-hmm.
because when I get her down there, she's already planning to. Right. And so with each passing day, it will be less and less and less and less time of her. So by the time I leave, I'll be sad, but not to be leaving her. I'll be sad for other reasons this year, I think. Because like last year, I was like, oh, I'm going to miss her. And now this year, it's like, God, I hope she's making the right decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm ready to kind of just let her go back and see what she's learned.
Okay.
And, whether or not I know.
Okay. Yes, I think maybe that's a good time so we can see, what's happened in the interim time, if you've grown any. Yeah. I mean, if you feel like you've grown any in the sense of not just letting go because you can't do it anymore, but a conscious letting go to say, okay, I'm intentionally giving this up because I realize I can't control this anyway, and I want to, do some self-care, take care of me, and get myself more together, especially as far as your job search.
Sometimes I wonder if some of the health problems that I've been experiencing and some that are still kind of lingering, it's because of just all this that stress. I'm, dealing with,
Certainly.
I don't think it's big stress, but it's my body must think
it's an accumulated stress, though. It's not. I mean, just one little thing here, one lie there, one disagreement or argument here, but it's the accumulation of what has it been since you found out? Maybe 6 months?
Yeah, December, everything fell apart.
Right, so 6, 7 months, or 8 now, because it's July. So 8 months of accumulated.
December 15th.
Right. And because you said now, I mean, you just said that, you assume that everything she tells you is a lie. So in your mind, even if she's telling you the truth, it's in your mind still a lie. So that's creating a stress because you're wondering, okay, what's really the truth? So, I mean, so it's an accumulation of 8 months of stress. And yeah, I don't think that's good for anyone's body. I don't think that anybody can handle that.
Right.
I mean, the exercise is probably helping.
Yes.
Yeah,
it does. It helps a great deal.
But still, I think some mental things that you could do, like more time with, the relationships that you value and stuff like that, will certainly help to offset, and hopefully that you and she can get into a better place. Yeah. Really, I mean.
But, you have to, because everyone involved has to want that. I can't want it enough for both of us.
No, but you can get in a better place without her even being a part of it.
You said you and she, and it's like, well, you and she, the two of us together, she has to want that too.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so we'll do a week after I get back.
Right.
Versus a week after.
Okay, so that'd be more like 7 weeks, I guess. But okay. All right then. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.